what's up everybody? Just so you know, this is going out on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, so to anybody that is watching this and wants to ask us anything production, music, business, marketing related, click the link in the description to join our free Skool community where you can join the call directly. But hey Neil, how are you doing? Good to see you. Everything okay?
Yep. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, all good, thanks. Yeah.
Awesome.
I've just got one question today.
All right.
So I'm just working on a snare roll at the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
Tim's training on that recently was really helpful. So I'm going through and doing some work on that. But I've got a section, a two-bar section at the end of it, where all I have in terms of there's a space where basically the bass comes out, the kick comes out, and that's just the two bar section.
Mm-hmm.
I want the snare roll to carry on in that section, but earlier I've already EQ'd out quite a lot of the low end from the snare. So ideally what I want is for the snare to be back in its fullest, if that kind of makes sense, just in that two bar section. So I'm
Okay.
just wondering how you might approach that. And I'll give you a track where that's done really well. There's a track called Amsterdam is on Fire by Jacob Van Hage. And I've noticed just from
Right,
listening to it
just bear
that,
with me. Let me get that up.
yeah, okay.
Give me a second.
Well,
Amsterdam is on fire.
yeah,
Jacob.
Van Hage, H-A-G-E.
Oh yeah. Okay, got it. So yeah, you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah. So basically, within this track, it's kind of a good reference track I've found. What he seems to do is any points in the track where he's got his kick going on, he's
Mm-hmm.
got a lighter snare, and then in sections of the track where there's no kick and there's very little or no low end, he's got a full, more low end snare going on in the track. So I just wondered how best to kind of deal with that so that in the two bar gap that I'm talking about, it doesn't just sound like a real tinny sort of sounding snare in the last two bars.
Right, I hear you. So
Yeah,
I feel there's probably a very simple fix to this. There could be two ways you could do this. Now, let me just take a listen to this track here. Can you hear
yeah,
this? Can you
yeah,
hear it? Cool.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Funky track. Okay. I would suggest maybe one of two things. One is going to be a bit more easy to manage and accurate. The other one is going to be lazy, but probably actually the not the best way. So let's go with the lazy, not the best way first. Just get out of the way. What he could be doing is he could just be side chaining using multiband the snare to the kick. So when the kick is playing, the low end of the snare is getting smashed by the kick and it's effectively not there. But when the kick's high passed or not there, it still does have those low end frequencies in. That could be one way. Now, probably the better, more accurate way, which isn't even actually that much longer, would be to just add in automation lines. You could like high pass on and off a high pass filter, and then you could
Yeah.
also automate the filter cutoff of it. Now, I don't know if I have an example to hand of when I've done that, but let's just take a look here in Ableton. But I've done it many times with a kick, like high passing the kick, but then automating both the on and off and also the filter cutoff position. So it can get more and more. I think I actually did it in this track here, which you've probably heard quite a lot from the studio sessions. and it's still not finished yet. We'll get it finished this Friday, hopefully. But whilst this loads, yeah, it's probably that. He's probably keeping the high pass in a just fixed position generally throughout the track when the kick's playing and the rest of the track's playing. But then in parts where I think excuse me, sorry. Where the parts where the kick isn't playing and he's bringing in the lows, he's probably got that high pass. Maybe still on, but he's automating the filter cutoff, or it's just a binary on off. But like here, I've done it with the kick, for example here. So it's filtering in the lows on this auto filter.
Can't see your screen.
Oh,
Johnny.
sorry. My bad. Forgot to switch it over. Let me get myself in the top right. But yeah, here you have this kick, which is this is auto filter here, which is there's an on and off switch, but it's also going down in terms of this high pass filter. With the filter cut off, and then on this low pass filter I'm actually going the other way as well, so you wouldn't need to do this one, but that would be the kind of effect you're going, and it allows the kick to like come in and become more intense like so. But let's just do it over a quicker period of time, and then you would drop in like you would just for those 2-bar sections. Does that make sense, Neil? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks, Johnny. That was the thing that I was kind of veering towards anyway. But yeah, great to chat it through. Thanks for that. I'll have a look at that later on this evening.
Yeah,
cheers.
No worries at all. Do you have any other questions? I mean, you're the only one here, so...
Nothing else at this point, Johnny. Nope.
Oh, actually, you're not the only one here now, because we have Kai joining, so maybe he'll have some questions. Hey, Kai.
Hello, Kai.
How are you doing?
I'm actually wondering if Kai's got some news that he wants to share.
Oh, really? Okay. Are you pregnant, Kai?
I hope it's not that.
So do I. Well, no, it was Ask A Pro, wasn't it? So I was going to come in and say, how crazy would it be to try and put a DJ event together in like when it's 40 days away from the date that you wanted to do it?
That is a bit nuts. But yeah, what's this news?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing sorry. You're doing a DJ event.
So last week I had the crazy idea that I'm going to try and put together a charity fundraiser. Which was going to be a DJ event using the hall at the community centre on Good Friday.
Okay, cool.
And as it turns out, it's all coming together quite nicely.
Amazing, yeah. What's the plan for it?
Surprised even myself.
Is this the first event you're throwing?
It's the first event I've tried to do, yeah.
Awesome. Well, look, we have a lot of experience of running events, so like if you need any help and support on that, then we're here for it. But yeah, what's the plan? Are you of course you're going to play yourself, I would presume, as it's your own event.
So yes, I did want to play an hour myself. I've managed to. So I was looking primarily for kind of local DJs to Clevedon, so like Clevedon and Bristol area.
Sure.
Today I spoke to Mikey Freedom.
Oh, can you just give me 1 second? I believe my missus is at the door. Just give me 1 sec.
Yeah, no worries. I can't believe you blew the whistle on me like that, Neil.
Sorry about that, Kai.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Sorry, guys, I am back. She is in the door. Yeah, so you're doing mostly local people, right?
Yeah. So I got I actually filled all the slots a lot quicker than I thought.
Oh, you already filled it. Damn.
Yeah, there was a guy, DJ Fitz. He was originally from Birmingham. he's worked with some loads of people in Bristol, London, all over the place, and he was really a great guy to talk to actually.
It's so funny if you put.
Before, so he's kind of cool.
It's so funny. You are probably, and this goes for anybody thinking about running an event. If you are concerned that you're not going to get get enough DJs to come and play, oh my lord, you're going to have the opposite problem. So many people want DJ opportunities. So yeah, it's good to do it yourself. And like, honestly, Kai, this is how Elevation started. Like, we just thought, hey, let's put on an event and we will all play. Let's get some local DJs in. And going with the local people is the best because they've got friends that they can bring. Like, hey, I'm playing at this event, and they're all super excited. So yeah, it usually works out pretty well. That's how we started at Elevation, and that's basically what we're doing now. So yeah, nice work, man. So it's in 40 days, Good Friday.
Yeah, it's on Good Friday.
All right. Well, do you have like a promo plan for it, or?
Not something in place at the moment, other than like obviously a couple of the DJs have got their own. So DJ Fitz and Mikey Freedom have their own mailing lists. They're going to share to all their socials, etc. I'll share it to our usual Leavden locals and everything, and a couple of the charities. Not sure that they'll have the audience or not, but when I mentioned some of the songs, one of the charities said, well, she's already probably managed to sell 8 tickets herself.
Oh, there you go.
What sort of songs would be there?
That's awesome, Kai.
Yeah, it's all been a bit crazy, but I don't know. I just wanted to sort of like do something because I haven't had a lot of time to do the production, as you know, because I've been slacking with homework and everything.
Oh, it's all good. You're a busy man.
Make sure I was still getting something in the game, and primarily my set is probably going to be heavily Marksman, Elevation London.
Ah, music to my ears. Well, love that. Well, yeah, if you get any videos, do send it over. But yeah, that's exciting, man. I mean, it is a lot of work putting on an event, but when it all comes together nicely, it's great. And yeah, just spread the word. Anybody that's in the local area that you see, you're in contact with, or you see, tell them to be there or be square. Get them to get the ticket, and I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun, man. But yeah,
I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, and if there's anything you need from me in terms of like promo tactics or anything, more than happy to help. Just drop me a message. We can help with that. Evan.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Johnny.
Evan Fletcher. What's up, guys? Saw you hop in. How you doing? How can we help?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. What's up, man?
Okay. Always end up pissing around with all the microphone settings where I've got it all because my laptop's connected to my decks and all that. So
story of my life, man.
Yeah, tech head. I've got a question around piano.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
So I started in my head creating one track, and I couldn't find a lead for it, and then I expanded it into a chord, and then I went, oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to throw M1 on it, and now I've got a nice little piano house track going along. But what I'm missing, it seems, when I've got it fairly low in the mix, but it seems to be missing that sort of brightness and depth at the same time.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Right, I hear you. Yeah, pianos are a challenging thing to get right because they can be very easily either too weak or then get pretty fucked up pretty quickly in terms of like the processing, and you kind of want to have a transparent and clean way of brightening it up and giving it character, but also making sure it's upfront. So what I would recommend doing is, let's just switch the screen so you can see. Let me find A piano
also
track.
throwing vocals over it as well.
Well, with a piano house track, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What you want to do with pianos is to give it a little bit of extra grit and character and brightness, is add some saturation to it. Now, I generally recommend with any instrument that's got a lot of detail and nuance in, such as a piano or strings, to be pretty gentle with it and subtle. I'll show you the...
I could use a bit of satin on a basic saturator and not drive it too hard.
Do you have satin?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I can show you exactly what I use satin exactly for this purpose. So, this is also a vocal track. It's not really a piano house track, but it does have quite a prominent piano component in. We are actually just in the process of sending this out to labels. Neil and Kai may know it from Friday. The one we got finished. Oh, the Friday before, actually. Where is it? Somewhere here. You can play it from. So, we had this. I'll take the auto filter off. So, what I do is I have satin on, and there's this preset from... This is actually an Audio Tent preset, yes, Kai. But it's called Solid Piano. Now, if you put the preset on normally, it's 80% wet. I put it down to about 11%, or like less than 20%. And then I do another instance of satin. And this is called Modern Piano. This is another preset, but like it doesn't really matter. It's just a small amount of saturation. And this one here is about 11% wet. Now, I also have some tape on it because that always sounds nice. Now, the difference between not having these on and having them on is subtle, but you'll notice it just brings a bit of life and character to the sound. Check it out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's subtle, but it is very noticeable. It just gives them a bit of lift. But the key with this is subtlety, because, you know, if you use something a bit more obnoxious, like Decapitator or something, or Distortion, I'll show you, it will just get fucked up very quickly. You get all this crazy grit that you don't want. God forbid using something like Raw, that would be insane. I mean, it does sound awesome, but it's like not exactly what you want, especially in piano house. Like, I mean, it's pretty funny when you do this. You get that crazy distorted sound. So yeah, saturation tends to be a lot more subtle and nuanced, so that's what I would recommend. But use a lot of it. You can use 2 or 3 instances, but very, very small dry wet amounts, and that should bring it to life. Yeah, nice one.
Yeah, and I don't want to hog the limelight, but my vocals, the woman, she's all over the shop.
Okay.
But I haven't got any auto tuners.
Is it a recorded vocal or?
Yeah. I've got a job lot of acapellas. I'm okay with tidying it up in respect, I think.
Oh, so it's
background noise out. It was one of these Instagram things, and I bought like 200 acapellas of everything from pop music through to old school, and this one's more of an old school track. But I think I've pitched it correctly now, but every now and again it goes off key a little bit.
Okay.
And I think that's down to her singing ability.
Right. Yeah. The that's the problem with singers.
Melamine or anything. Is it melamine or whatever?
Melodyne, yeah.
Melodyne.
I think I don't want to misquote this, but I'm pretty sure there was something. Hold on. That Ableton introduced.
Much in Ableton, is there?
I don't know. They
I
might.
haven't got the full pack. I've only got standard.
Okay. I don't know exactly what it was, but in. Is this it? No, there was something that they introduced in 12, which was essentially meant to be an equivalent of Melodyne or like auto tune, but I honestly can't remember what it was called. If you just bear with me 1 second, let me just double check.
Thank you.
Asking ChatGPT, stock version of auto tune. Tuner plus pitch correction. Oh, okay. Okay, so where is pitch correction? Pitch and modulation. Pitch correction. Is it auto shift? Okay, here you go. Yeah, so this is what you want. It's called auto shift. Now, I'm not entirely sure how you use it, but oh yeah, you put like your scale, so you put your root key in and then your scale. So if you want minor, you do that, and then there's going to be like some things that you're gonna have to like tweak. I honestly, I've never used this because I use Melodyne, but I think this is actually pretty good. You'd want to use the quantizer. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing my screen, am I? Yeah. So you go to auto shift. It's an effect. I don't know if you have that in standard, but
I'll have a quick look.
Drag and drop it. I mean, let's try it on the vocal, because this is a vocal track.
I've got auto shift.
All right, let's just fuck up these vocals from Jamie and Joshy. I'm sure they won't mind. So we have this. So this is not got any keys in. So let's just put this in. This is an A flat minor. So let's maybe do it in something completely random and see what happens. So yeah, you hear it working. It's not meant to sound like that. It's meant to sound like this. So yeah,
I can play with it.
Yeah, I mean,
It might be I can just switch it on and off at the bits that goes a bit pitchy.
yeah, I reckon that's probably the way to do it. And I think there's like, you can play with the strength and the smooth amount probably. Like, I'm not entirely sure how exactly you use it, but that should probably get you up to speed, I reckon.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, good, man. Good luck with it. Hope it helps. I saw Evan dropped out and then was joining again. So let's see if he's got any questions. Hey, Evan, just saw you pop in and out. Do you have any questions? We've got a little bit of time left here. Or is everything all good for you? Remember, we have no silly questions.
Oh no, I'm just here for support.
Ah, that's what we love to hear. Just hanging out. Cool. Does anyone else have any more thoughts, questions, or anything? Or we all good?
All good. Thanks again, Johnny, for your help earlier.
I do have one question.
Yeah, fire away.
You wouldn't happen to have like a video on compression to vocals?
Compression to vocals.
Or any type of like equalization to vocals?
I actually do, Evan. So, you're in the accelerator, right? I saw you joined last week. So you might not have seen this, but hold on. Let me show you. So if we go to here, if you go to the classroom, so this song that I was just playing here, Breath, we actually went through and edited the vocals live in the studio stream here, which would be, was it this one? No, not this one. It was the one before that. Here we go. So this one here, from the 28th, like, we are adding in all like the vocal stems because I just got them from the artists or the singers here, and then we're going through and editing them all. And so the stuff on like EQ compression and everything is going to be later on in the track, because here I'm basically just editing it. But probably around, oh wait, I think that was it, around half an hour in is where we've, the first half an hour I'm just doing all the gating and balance, which was really annoying. But yeah, after half an hour in, you should be able to find it there.
Nice. Heck yeah, I'm gonna watch that today.
But yeah, just go to the classroom, go to studio session replays, and it's this one here, 28th.
Perfect. Thank you, brother.
But yeah, would recommend skipping the first 25 minutes because it's mostly me getting annoyed at the gate. Because there's a lot of stuff to gate. But this is the problem with working with live singers. There's a lot of processing that needs to take place. But yeah, you should find some cool stuff in there. Alright guys, well, we can pause it there. So we'll be back next week. If you have any questions, do save them for next week now. We do actually run the Ask a Pro sessions twice in the accelerator. They're twice a week, and you can also ask Tim questions on Friday. Plus, of course, the studio broadcasts and everything else as well in between, which is really cool. So yeah, if you want to join the accelerator, we are running a special offer on at the moment. It is actually half price. So most of the people here are actually in the accelerator anyway, but for anybody watching the stream, like, it is actually half price from normally $300 a month. There's a ton of stuff you can get. So it's running that until the 28th of March. So if you want to hop on that, do so pretty soon, because otherwise you're going to miss out. If you want to chat to us directly on a call and see if you are a good fit, we don't work with everybody. I would recommend doing that. Just DM us on Instagram at Marksman's Producer Academy, or reach out to us and we can hop on. But yeah, guys, otherwise, I will catch you later. I need to go have my dinner before track feedback tonight. But yeah, see you on the flip side. Catch you later.